What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday over here, and a happy Friday, especially after that drop we had in the crypto markets yesterday and the stock markets. Right now, we do have Bitcoin bouncing back up over 3.5%, Ethereum up over almost 4%, total 3 up almost 3%. So things have basically bounced back, and we are seeing this retrace of this drop here. From this 1 hour time frame, it is going to be about that 104K 104.5K level, and we have basically reclaimed that level. What is in it for the crypto markets next? Are we going to be seeing some pretty interesting price action over the weekend? We're also going to be taking a look into covering on what are the secrets of exploding coins, of course, in terms of the charts and technical analysis. And we're also going to be talking about some news as well for the crypto markets, for Bitcoin, mainly because Bitcoin is the driver of the crypto markets. If Bitcoin pumps, you can expect the altcoins to be pumping or shortly after. And if Bitcoin dumps, very similar things are going to be happening in the altcoins, as we have seen yesterday and time over again. So we're gonna start with the news here because that is gonna be pretty interesting. Okay. Also, I wanna bring up that later in this video we're gonna be talking about Telcoin, KASPA again. See what has gone on in these markets, as well as Onyxcoin, and just gonna be following up on our previous updates and see what has gone on in these markets, any updated price targets we need to know about. Now, let's go ahead and go into the news first. I am using TradingView for news, okay? And if you guys don't have TradingView, you guys want to make sure that you guys definitely want to check it out because it's a very key resource you need to know in order to actually survive in this trading in trading. So if you guys don't have TradingView, they do have plans for under $20 per month, and I have an affiliate link in the description section below. If you guys use my link, you guys are supporting my channel, and I would get a commission if you guys pay for a plan. Now, let's take a look into some news here real quick, okay? And Bitcoin news is going to be what I'm paying attention to because, for the most part, a lot of other altcoins don't really have recent news, but we're going to take a look into some of that as well. Now, let's see some headlines we can pay attention to. Bitcoin could break the dollar. 250K prediction still in play. Billionaire says. This is by News ETC. And you can find this piece on TradingView. You can also find other traders' ideas on TradingView as well as using quite a bit of these indicators. I use very simple but effective indicators as with the RSI and with moving averages. I try to keep it simple, but they work, right? They're very accurate for the most parts. Of course, always got to be thinking critically as well. All right, 250K prediction still in play. Yes, I do agree. By looking at the monthly RSI reading and comparing to previous bull cycles, I think we're far from a blow off top. And the monthly RSI for Bitcoin is still not in overbought territory right now. So I think this is this is very much in play. Bitcoin rebounds to 105K, but it is a bull trap. Underway? That's gonna be interesting. I think we're gonna be taking a look into that with the charts here. But I think it's very important to kind of acknowledge like what time frame is this analyst talking about, because and to what magnitude, right? Because that's very important to be specific, right? Like, are we gonna head up to 112K and get a small pullback? And would that be a bull trap? On what time frame and what is the target? I think it needs to be more specific. Um, 2 hour. Let's see. 2 hours ago, Cointelegraph bears Bitcoin nears 105K as Donald Trump demands full point Fed rate cut. I think it would be nice to see a full point Fed rate cut. And I think that would really set off the markets. And of course, that is just my opinion, my speculations. None of what I'm saying here is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Okay, but that would be great if the Fed actually listens. But as we are seeing right now, the Fed it's operating on its own. 2 hours ago, Cointelegraph, the secret map whales used to liquidate you. Learn how to read it. I think that would be a pretty interesting read, right? But we're not going to read it right here. It is a headline that sounds very interesting to me. Okay. Now, let's see if we can do another piece here that I can react to. Let's see. Could labor... No, I don't think I can really react to that. Uh, Bitcoin cycle top is in 270K delayed until 2026, says analyst. I think that's also going to be pretty interesting to digest. It's going to be here in TradingView, okay, by News Eat BTC. I think 270K is in the cards. I mean, if we actually look back into 2017 and 2021, there has been two waves in each of those cycles. So maybe not the first wave that it would take Bitcoin to 270K, but it could be a second wave from the same cycle from 2025 to 2026. Okay. Like I said, I am still bullish on the crypto markets. I have quite a bit of longs in altcoins. I have Bitcoin leverage positions, Ethereum leverage positions, and I am still long right now. And I will tell you guys when I change my opinion, right? But I think that is still reasonable. 270K, maybe on the second wave of this bull cycle. Now that let's go up here to the charts here. Very very interesting chart here. Wow. To be honest with you guys, when I did my video yesterday and I talked about a piece where it says 100K loading and I was very skeptical of that. Yeah, to be honest with you guys, I thought Bitcoin going down to 100K had a very low chance of doing that, but it did. Okay, and I'll tell you guys my reasoning why that I thought it had a very low chance, because Bitcoin came to the daily 21 SMA, which is the blue line here. It's not usual for Bitcoin to come down to a support and not get a bounce. It did not this time, okay? It came all the way almost down to the daily 50 SMA. So basically just went straight down without getting a bounce at the daily 21 SMA here. That's pretty strange to me. And that's why I thought going down to 100K yesterday was not very probable, but it did. If we actually take a look into some shorter term moving averages, we can actually see that it has gotten a pretty good bounce. 12-hour time frame, right? Got a few bounces actually, so that's why I was expecting daily 21 SMA to do the same. But hey, I know I'm not going to be wrong. I mean, I'm not going to be right 100% of the time or nearly that. But in this trading game, in my trading career, I think as long as I get it right more than I get it wrong, then I should still be in the black. Now, let's go ahead and go to ES1 exclamation mark. Very important chart to be looking at here because I talked about this yesterday. 4-hour time frame. Very highly correlated with Bitcoin. If this thing dumps, more likely than not that Bitcoin could be dumping as well. And okay, so it seems like TradingView is kind of lagging here. Okay, but what I pointed out yesterday was there is still a rising wedge on this 4-hour time frame. As you guys can see, it's not loading my trend lines, but I'm just going to point that out. Definitely want to see ES1 exclamation mark break out of this rising wedge. Otherwise, breakdown target, it's gonna be about 57.50, just right underneath that. Okay. So what I'm following here are very important. Let's go over here to Ethereum, just real quick. All right, it is taking a little bit more time to load for TradingView for these past couple of days, but no problem. Well, long story short, I think Ethereum is going to be bouncing back as long as Bitcoin does not dump, okay? So let's go ahead and just go to the next altcoin here, because it looks like some of these bigger markets, I am seeing TradingView taking a little longer to load, okay? First of all, we're going to be talking about Telcoin. We talked about this not too long ago. Let's see what has happened in this market, okay? Telcoin, weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. There is bullish divergence with a double bottom here, okay? I talked about this bigger falling wedge pattern that's probably more visible on a lower time frame like the daily. The price target out of that bigger falling wedge pattern is going to be about 1.2 cents. We have a double bottom here on this weekly time frame. The top of that double bottom is going to be about 0.7 cents. Price target, which is measured by measuring the entire length of that double bottom pattern, is going to be, and you put it back on top of the top, it's going to give you 1 cent Telcoin. That is still pretty big. That's a 2x, over 2x price target. Now, price targets are estimates only. It could be more, it could be less, okay? But we do also have bullish divergence here, slightly lower low here on this RSI, but to me, that is still bullish divergence in my opinion. Let's go over here to a smaller time frame. Smaller time frame, I can see that there is a falling wedge as well, and price target, if it breaks out by this point, it's going to give Telcoin about a 0.64 cents target here, okay? All right, let's move on to Onyxcoin and see what's going on in this market. Onyxcoin, we talked about this last time, okay? There was a falling wedge here. I'm waiting for the charts to load. Just bear with me today. Okay? And what I'm seeing here was a falling wedge pattern. Price target still intact. Pattern still intact. Price target is going to be just shy of 3 cents. Okay, if it breaks out by this point. Smaller falling wedge within this bigger pattern. Okay? Price target out of the smaller one is gonna be about 2 cents Onyxcoin. Now, falling wedges typically break to the upside, okay? So something to be watching out for, but I have seen breakdowns as well for falling wedges, so gotta be considering both sides of the trade and managing the risk effectively. Let's take a look into KASPA. CAS USDT. Just talked about this yesterday. See what has gone on, because since yesterday there was that drop. What has happened to KASPA over that drop? Yesterday I talked about a double bottom pattern on this daily time frame, in addition to that bigger falling wedge pattern. Okay, price target of that bigger falling wedge pattern still intact. 1.6 cents. 16 cents price target. Now, since yesterday, there was a dip, okay, very similar charts with Bitcoin, okay, like with a lot of these altcoins. And we still have bullish divergence, lower low on the price action chart, higher low or equal low on the RSI. Classic bullish divergence usually means a reversal, which we are seeing right here. Lower time frame. Okay, when double bottoms get overextended, often it turns into a falling wedge. Hourly time frame, excuse me. That's more validated here. Right, you guys can see rising wedge, falling wedge. Price target, if it breaks out by this point, it's going to be about 10.5 cents price target. If it doesn't break out by this point and this pattern still intact, move the measurement along the top trend line. And that basically wraps it up for this video for today. Let me know if you guys want to see any of these coins again in the comment section below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, okay? Let me know if you guys have any technical analysis requests for any coins in this market. I will pick one to do for you guys on a daily basis. And that wraps it up. Thank you very much. Have a great Friday. I'll see you next time.